The UFC is doing us dirty with back-to-back weeks in the Apex. We're going back to the Apex this weekend with the main event of Bonfim versus Brown, welterweight main event. Not even both of them are ranked. It's very low level stuff here in the Apex with the main event. But we're going to break down this card in today's video. I'm going to give you guys all my quick picks, my quick predictions. Before we go ahead and get into the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get it started with the early prelim opener of Jackson McVeigh versus Robert Valentin. Opens up this amazingly stacked Apex card, boys. Weak matchup. Both guys shouldn't be in the UFC. This is who can keep the contract, the classic. Who's going to keep the contract? Who's going to still be signed after this fight? It's classic, right? This is make it or break it for both guys. Jackson McVeigh got taken in short notice to fight a dangerous guy in Bruno Ferreira. Got subbed in the first round. Obviously, I mean, the guy shouldn't be in the UFC, but he got his step up. He took it. He tried. He got submitted. All right, this is his only other chance to keep this contract, to stay in the UFC. Whilst Robert Valentin went through the Ultimate Fighter, did decent, lost in the finals, I believe, to what was it? Ryan Loder, the American grappler wrestler. He got TKO'd, was put in a crucifix, just got elbowed and couldn't get out, unfortunately. But he was still signed to the UFC. Fought Torres Finney, who was a big prospect, got literally smudged for 15 minutes. It was terrible to watch. Worst watch ever. Torres Finney's got a hit list. He is on my hit list, man. He is up there. Whoever knocks out Torres Finney first, I will love you forever, man. But Robert Valentin also just got sent to the slaughterhouse against Ata Bagatier. This guy's been given no favors, but maybe he's been given a favor here because Jackson McVeigh isn't UFC level. The guy's tall, he's lengthy, he's got finishing potential, he has a 100% finish rate, and he just got finished by a tough guy in Bruno Ferreira, who is very good, who could be ranked soon. He's fighting a ranked opponent, but Jackson McVeigh shouldn't be in the UFC, in my opinion. He shouldn't. He got hit with one leg kick by Bruno Ferreira and started wincing and shaking it out, and I think he jumped for a take. I think he jumped on Bruno Ferreira's back, fell off the top, ended up on bottom position. Bruno Ferreira transitioned to an armbar. Super easy stuff. I think Robert Valentin can win this fight. I'm praying he wins this fight, man. This is the last time I'm putting any faith in Valentin. I chose him to beat Finney, man. He let me down, but I think he can pull this one off. Because Jackson McVeigh is very low level. I'm still confident in Robert Valentin's ability to be dangerous and to find a finish and to actually be a bit skillful when he's not fighting a tank like Ata Bagatier or just a bulldozer like Torres Finney, who's just going to hold you up against the fence for 15 minutes. So I think Robert Valentin can get this one done. I hope he does. I trust his fights on the Ultimate Fighter. He's just got more experience than Jackson McVeigh. I think he can get this done. I'm going to go Robert Valentin to get this one done by first or second round TKO. I'm going to say first or second round TKO. I'm going to say this is a scrap early on, back and forth, but I think Robert Valentin should get the better of the exchanges. He should be the more dangerous guy, and I think he can finish Jackson McVeigh. Robert Valentin's got a good chin on him, even though he's getting hit with bombs by Ata Bagatier. It took a while for him to go down. He's got some heart. I hope he pulls this off. Give me Robert Valentin as the quick pick by round 1 or round 2, KO or TKO. We move on to the next fight, Miles Johns versus Daniel Marcos. I'm going to go Miles Johns. Daniel Marcos put a shit performance on in his last one. I know he was fighting a tough competition, higher up guy, but it was a terrible performance. All of his fights have been terrible split robbery performances. He did not beat half of the opponents he's fought. Split decision robberies left and right, nonstop. We're going to talk about one of his opponents later on this card, but Daniel Marcos has been literally scraping by his opponents, and it pisses me off. I think Miles Johns is better. I think he's a better boxer. I think he's a better grappler. Daniel Marcos, the only thing he really has for him is the clinch work. That's all he has. He hugs him up against the fence. That's all he has. He's got one finish in his UFC career, and everything else has been scraping by. He almost scraped by to get into the top 15, but we're done with that, all right? He lost his undefeated record. I'm going to go Miles Johns. The dude almost just beat John Matsumoto. Arguably could have beat him. He could have beat him. The rounds were close. Very close split decision. I thought Miles Johns could have won the fight. It was really close. He was landing big shots, and I think he's going to land big shots on Daniel Marcos. And I think if they do end up grappling, I think Miles Johns can stay on the feet, and he can reverse positions and get the better of the exchanges. So give me Miles Johns to win this fight. I don't like Daniel Marcos. I don't trust Daniel Marcos. This is a biased pick, but I think Miles Johns is the better fighter, and he showed me something in this last fight. Daniel Marcos didn't show me anything. Daniel Marcos showed me that he's just trying to scrape by every fight. That is what he's trying to do. And if you have a fighter trying to scrape by fights versus a fighter who's there to fight, I'm going to pick the one that's there to fight every single time. So give me Miles Johns. I'm going to say he wins by decision. Daniel Marcos is tough. He's He's from Peru. He's Peruvian. Those guys are tough. He's very tough. He'll eat some big shots. I'll go Miles Johns by decision. We move on. More damage. We're in the Apex, man. They care about damage. Okay, Miles Johns is going to be doing the damage. Daniel Marcos is going to be clinching and hugging and being like, yo, am I going to get the split decision? Am I going to get the split decision? No, you're not, buddy. All right, so give me Miles Johns by decision. I'm done now. I'm moving on. Tisha Pennington, Denise Gomes. I mean, look at the two of them. I'm going Denise Gomes. She looks like she just came out of prison. The buzz cut, everything. Very tough. Just got a knockout in her last one. Really brutal knockout over, I forget her name. No way I'm going to remember her name. But it was a bum. She did beat a bum. But Tisha Pennington is kind of just a grappler. She's a little bit of a grappler. She'll hug you up. She'll try to get you to the mat, try to do her thing, try to play with her jiu-jitsu. I just don't think she's going to do that against Denise Gomes, who's going to land big shots when Tisha Pennington tries to close the distance. You know, she could be a good underdog. Pennington could be a good underdog here because Denise is decently unexperienced. She's been out-grappled before, so it's close, but I'm going to go Denise Gomes anyway because I think the body work and the striking is going to be on the side of the Gomes. I could see her ripping body shots, ripping those big hooks upstairs, and she's got big power. She has big power, and Tisha Pennington's getting up there in age. I don't think she's got this one. I'm going to go Denise Gomes to get this one done by decision, doing more damage. The damage-based scoring has been much better recently. I'm loving the damage-based scoring. So I think Tisha's going to be laying and praying, trying to get her takedowns, trying to hold Denise Gomes down. I think it's going to be a 29-28, very close fight, but I'm going to lean Gomes to do more damage and get it on the scorecard. So give me Denise Gomes by decision as the quick pick. We move on. Great fight. This is peak fight right here. Josh Hockett versus Max Gimis. The fight we've all been waiting for, boys. This is cinema right here. Absolute cinema. What is this? What is this shit? What is this shit? Josh Hockett. All right. Dana White Contender Series debut. Won his fight by knockout, second round. Max Gimis, don't know who he is, don't care who he is. He's got the black picture, not in the UFC, shouldn't be in the UFC, didn't fight on Dana White Contender Series. We got nothing. No stats, no nothing. I didn't even look into him. I don't care because I think Josh Hockett's going to win. Look, even though I don't like Josh Hockett, the guy's got good grappling and he's got good ground and pound. He showed some good stuff in his last fight. Good ground and pound. Terrible personality. The most irritating personality. He's like, guys, I'm coming to the top. I'm going to be the next guy. I'm going to be him. I'm going to be the next guy. Give me him and give me it. Like, shut up. Shut up. All right. You haven't even got your foot in the door, bud. You're fighting at heavyweight. You're going to get slept by a freaking guy once you get to the top 15. You're going to get heel hooked. Josh Hockett is a prime Walter Walker heel hook target. Please, Walter Walker, bro. We heel hook. All right, man. We need to get Walter Walker heel hooking Josh Hockett immediately, but I think he's going to sleep Max Gimis in the first or second round, probably ground and pound TKO, maybe a big overhand right. I don't know. I'm going to go Josh Hockett by knockout. We move on to the next fight, Mayra Bueno Silva versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. We've got more women's ranked fights on this card than men's ranked fights. It makes no sense. It makes no sense, man. But Mayra Bueno Silva, washed up, 10-5, terrible career. Jacqueline Cavalcanti, sorry, I'm not going to be that shitty, but Mayra Bueno Silva is washed. She's washed. Jacqueline Cavalcanti is on the come up. She's very good striking. I've faded her before. I've doubted her before. I picked Nora Cornell to beat her. I picked some other girls to beat her, but she just whipped up on Julia Avila. Even though she's old, she's unk and all this, I think Julia Avila would have a close fight with Mayra Bueno Silva. Cavalcanti just sniped her at range, beat her up, had her bleeding like crazy. She's a really good striker, long for the division, tall for the division. And I think Mayra Bueno Silva, is she going up weight? I'm not too sure, but she's been bouncing in and out of weight classes, like trying to figure out, which weight's best for me, where am I good at? But she's just been getting beat one after another. She lost to Chiazon. She just lost to my girl Jazz Devicious. Unfortunately, Jazz Devicious just lost, but it is what it is. Jazz Devicious is good, but Mayra Bueno Silva didn't do anything in that fight. She laid on bottom position. She didn't do anything. And in this fight, she's fighting a striker who's longer, who's more dangerous, doesn't have many finishes, but Jacqueline Cavalcanti's beat some decent competition. She showed that she is in for a fight. She's in for a scrap. She's going to throw hands, and the Apex is her place, man. She does her best work in the Apex. I think she's only been in the Apex. So I'm going to go Jacqueline Cavalcanti to win this fight by decision. It could be close. It could get close if Bueno Silva can get takedowns, but I don't think she can. Jacqueline Cavalcanti is really long, moves very well, circles out of bad positions. I think Bueno Silva is going to be chasing her around the octagon, trying to get takedowns the entire fight. And I think Cavalcanti's just going to be picking her apart for 15 minutes. So I'm going to go Jacqueline Cavalcanti to win this fight by decision. I just think Mayra Bueno Silva is washed. She doesn't have anything on the feet for Cavalcanti. And if you don't you're going to lose the fight. So I'm going to go Cavalcanti as a quick pick. We move on. Adrian Yanez versus Christian Quinones. Excuse me. Yanez, who I wanted to talk about before, fought Daniel Marcos. Very close fight with him. Adrian Yanez is not washed. I genuinely don't think he's washed. All right, I don't think he's there yet. I have a little bit of hope. I have a little bit of hope that he can beat guys like Christian Quinones. When he fought down, when he fights a level lower, he beats him for the most part. He could have arguably beat Daniel Marcos, but Marcos is tough, and he gets those split decisions all the time. All the time he's going to get them. So I think Adrian Yanez can win this fight. I think he will win this fight. Christian Quinones is a decent boxer, decent striker. He's only really lost to grapplers and submission artists, and Yanez isn't that, but I do think Yanez is the better striker, the more active fighter as well, and he beats competition like Quinones in his sleep, man. I think Yanez beats guys like Quinones. I really hope he does at least. Please, please don't make me look like a fool, Yanez. Please. Quinones hasn't fought in almost 2 years now, too. Very inactive, hasn't fought in almost 2 years. Yanez is more active. He's fought the better competition. You know, he went on a 2-fight losing streak by knockout to good comp, the Rob Font, and, oh my goodness, I'm going to forget his name. But back-to-back knockout losses. One was like leg kick knockouts, and one was big shot by Rob Font. Took some time off, then beat a bum in his comeback, and then just lost to Daniel Marcos. But I think he's going to beat Christian Quinones. He better beat Christian Quinones. But I think he'll win by knockout. I'm gonna say Adrian Yanez gets himself a knockout win, just like the classic good old days. Please, Yanez, please pull this off, man. Please. I'm gonna go Yanez by knockout. Let's go. That's my quick pick, man. We move on. Jamal Emmers, Hyder Amil. Decent fight. Lightweight. This is at lightweight? Oh my. It might be a catchweight at lightweight. They might be moving this to lightweight because Hyder Amil can't make weight. Why does Jamal... Yo, Emmers Loki's looks big in this picture, bro. This guy's smaller, I swear. This is a good fight, though. Hyder Amil just coming off that loss to Jose Delgado. Bad knee up the middle. Bad knee up the middle. What was that? UFC 317. Really bad knockout for Hyder Amil. And Jamal Emmers coming off that knockout win over that Mosquito guy or something. One of these jiu-jitsu nerds just whooped him on the feet. I mean, the guy's got zero striking, is a BJJ butt-scooting nerd, and Jamal Emmers knocked him out in the first or second. I think it was the first round, yeah. Chinned him bad, but it wasn't the best opponent, to be honest. And Jamal Emmers hasn't fought. He hasn't beat the best opponents. This guy beats bums. He does. He just beats bums. He whoops up on bums, and then he gets beat by the middle-level competition. I think Hyder Amil is the middle-level competition, to be honest. He did get beat by Jose Delgado, but I really rate Delgado, even though he just lost to, what's his name? Oh, the prospect, man. You guys know who I'm talking about. Even though he just lost, I really rate Delgado's striking. He's a nasty striker, dangerous. I think he would chin Jamal Emmers bad, too. I think he would beat Emmers really bad. And Hyder Amil got caught. He got caught in a combination, backing up with his chin. He was tucked, but his chin was open from underneath, and that knee caught him bad. I think Hyder Amil is going to get a bounce back here. I think we're going to have a 15-minute scrap, and I think it's going to be back and forth, but I'm going to go with Hyder Amil to win this fight. He's good in the apex. He's good in these kind of war-type fights. The problem is Jose Delgado's clean. He's a sniper. He doesn't make it scrappy. He's long, right? He's long. He's going to snipe away. Jamal Emmers is not like that. He's not sniping away. He's having a scrap. He's having a scrap, and I think Hyder Amil gets the better of these scrappy guys. So give me Hyder Amil to win this fight by decision. Maybe a late knockout, but I think this is going to be back and forth for 15 minutes, and I think Hyder Amil will get the nod. He's beat some pretty good competition, too. He's beat some decent competition. So I'm going to go Hyder Amil as the quick pick by decision. We move on to the main card, opening up the main card. This is actually a good fight. This is one of the fights I'm most excited for. CLD, Christian Leroy Duncan versus Marco Tulio. I'm really high on Marco Tulio. If you guys know, I'm a Shoot the Box Glazer, boys. We just won very big this last weekend. Shoot the Box just cooked this last weekend. Charles Oliveira was there at the Apex supporting Norma Dumont, Marco Tulio's girlfriend, all right? Marco Tulio's girlfriend, and Alan Nascimento. Both of them won. Pretty good wins for both of them. I mean, Dumont's win was questionable, but Nascimento, very nice anaconda, and Shoot the Box is up right now. They're on the uprise. Very good momentum. Everything's going good. Charles Oliveira coming off of a win. Daniel Santos coming off of a win. Nascimento coming off of a win. Dumont coming off of a win. All the momentum is on Shoot the Box right now, and I got to go Marco Tulio. I think CLD is very good, and this is going to be a test for Tulio because we haven't seen him fight the best competition, to be honest. He's been fighting so-so fighters. His Trishan Gore fight was crazy. Insane amount of volume, insane amount of strikes. He whooped on Trishan Gore for, what was it, it was 10 minutes. almost 10 minutes. It was like 9 or 10 minutes. He whooped on Trishan Gore, beat him up, had him bloodied, whooping him, body kicks, teep kicks, big shots upstairs, head kick, everything. All the sorts, everything. Superman punches, everything. Marco Tulio unloaded on Gore and beat him up. And he showed that his striking is high level. I want to see Tulio grapple. I want to see what his grappling level is. And I think we're going to see it in this fight because Christian Leroy Duncan is dangerous on the feet. He's a really good striker, closes distance very well. Just came off a really nice knockout against a vet who is very tough. I think the guy they beat was very tough. I'm not going to lock in on his name right now, boys. If you know, you know. I can't remember names. But CLD's good. He's very good. Sniper, dangerous, going to have a lot of movement, going to be hard to track down. But I think Tulio's going to march him down, slam him with body kicks to slow him down, eat away at his gas tank. And I expect Tulio to grapple in this fight. I expect us to see some grappling in this fight. I think it's going to be on the side of Marco Tulio because guys like Chris or Rodriguez, Robocop was able to do it as CLD. He was able to clinch him up, grapple him up, land shots in the pocket, and then just kind of hold on to him, take him down, do some different things like that. And that's where CLD struggles, is in the clinch. At distance, he's a very good karate style striker. He's very dangerous, but in close, in the close range, in the clinch, he struggles. So I think Marco Tulio, we're going to see him clinch here. We're going to see him try to close the distance, kind of hold CLD up against the fence, try to get takedowns. We're going to see a different game here, I hope, from Marco Tulio. And if he does that, I think he's going to win. So I'm going to go Marco Tulio to win this fight by decision. 29-28, close fight, back and forth. I expect CLD to get around with the striking, but I think Marco Tulio is going to clinch. He's going to grapple a little bit. He's going to land shots in the pocket, and he's going to win a 29-28 decision. Shoot the boxes on the come up, boys. And you know I love to see it. Marco Tulio better win. Norman Dumont just won last weekend. Norman Dumont, you know what I'm saying? Norman Dumont just won last weekend. Tulio better win, man, or he's not getting any. You know what I mean? So give me Marco Tulio by decision as a quick pick. We move on. Ricky Simone versus Raoni Barcelos. This is a tough fight to predict. Very tough fight. Raoni Barcelos is on a 3-fight win streak. Low-key a sleeper 3-fight win streak. He's beaten some pretty good competition. Obviously, fraud checked the Fruity Frank Ocean. Fraud checked him with ease. Grappled him up as an 8-1 underdog. 8-1 underdog. Insane work by Raoni Barcelos. Fraud checking of the year last year. Or was that this? That's this year. That was at 311. Fraud checked him bad. And then just beat his last opponent, Cody Garbrandt, by decision. Ricky Simone coming off a solid decision. And before that, knocking out Javid Bashrat. I was on Simone in that fight, picked him as a big underdog, and he slept him brutally. Really brutal finish by Ricky Simone. Both these guys are on win streaks. Who's going to continue the win streak? I think it's going to be Ricky Simone. I've been thinking about, as Bedtime would say, I was thinking about fence-sitting this fight. I mean, Raoni Barcelos, man, he could pull this off. All right. He's got his techniques. He's got his game. He's got his kind of moves that he does, man, and he's good at it. He's effective. But I do think Ricky Simone is way more dangerous in this fight, and I think he's going to catch Raoni Barcelos. I'm actually going to go with Ricky Simone to get a round 2 or round 3 knockout over Raoni Barcelos. There's going to be some grappling exchanges. I think the grappling is going to be very close. We're going to see a little bit of back and forth. Raoni could get some takedowns on Ricky, but I think he's going to reverse positions. We're going to see it go back and forth into round 2, and then I think Ricky Simone's going to catch him with an uppercut or with a check hook or something, and he's going to drop Raoni and finish him on the ground. So I'm going to go Ricky Simone to win this fight. I'm going to say he gets a late round 2, round 3 knockout after some grappling early, some back and forth. Raoni's looking good. Everybody's all like, oh shit, Raoni's low-key a prospect at 38 or 39 years old. Hold on to your pants. And then Ricky Simone's going to sleep him. So I'm going to go Ricky Simone by knockout, late round 2, round 3. We'll see. I'm going to go Ricky Simone as the quick pick, though. We move on. Chris Taco Padilla versus Ismael Bonfim. If you know, you know. Chris Taco Padilla, man. He's a sleeper, bro. Everybody be sleeping on Chris Taco Padilla. He's another underdog in this fight. And, insider info, this motherfucker's a dog. This is a dog through and through. And I want to just say right now, he could be my lock dog of the week. All right, we're just gonna say that right now. He could be because I don't believe in Ismael Bonfim. Both Bonfim brothers are on this card, as they always are. They're always on the same card, and usually they both do well. But recently, I think Gabriel's been doing much better than Ishmael. There's a reason Gabriel's top 15, Ishmael is not. I think Ismael Bonfim is not that good. He is not that good. Everybody talks about when you beat Ismael Bonfim, you're there, man. You're like closing the top 15. I don't think so. I don't think he's as good as everybody thinks he is. I think Chris Taco Padilla is going to be able to pull off really nasty striking on Ishmael Bonfim. I think he's going to be able to pull out the elbows that he uses. He smashed up. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to remember his name. Oh my goodness, man. The Asian guy, bro. The Asian guy. I can't even remember his name right now. He smashed him with the elbow. Broke his eye socket. Like, just destroyed his eye socket. Brutalized him. He subbed the guy that basically nobody can finish. Mauricio Rufy couldn't finish Yontop, and Chris Padilla finished him. And now Chris Padilla went to London and just beat, what's his name? Jai Herbert. It was a close fight, very back and forth fight, but Padilla dogged it out. He landed the bigger shots. He split open Jai Herbert. I know he had a big cut too, but it was back and forth. And I think Chris Padilla landed the bigger shots. Now, Bonfim has been on the decline. He just lost to Nazim Sadikov by KO. Got clipped with that head kick. It didn't even knock him out fully. He couldn't see in his eye. They ended the fight. I think Bonfim's a bit of a quitter. He's been subbed by BSD. That's a good opponent. I love BSD. He's been subbed by BSD. He's been finished by Nazim Sadikov. His best win is literally Terrence McKinney. And Terrence McKinney is a 50-50, man. I would pick Chris Padilla to finish Terrence McKinney. So I'm going to go Chris Padilla to win this fight. And I'm going to say he wins this fight by submission, by rear naked choke in the first or second round. I think Chris Padilla is going to know what to do in this fight. He's going to close the distance well, land his signature elbows that he loves to throw, those elbows over the top. He's going to land those elbows. He's going to land shots in close. I think he's going to get to Ishmael Bonfim's back when Bonfim slips up, and he's going to choke him out with a rear naked choke in round 1 or round 2. Give me Chris Taco Padilla as a solid underdog here. He's a 3x, I believe. I think he's a 3x underdog, man. So give me Chris Taco Padilla to get this one done by submission, round 1, round 2. We move on. Muslim Salikov versus Uros Medic. Another underdog pick here, man. I'm going with Salikov. I was like looking at these odds and I was like, no way Medic is the favorite. I think this should be 50-50. The odds should be 50-50. Muslim Salikov is one of those dudes at 40 years old that still got it. We got Ioni Barcelos on this card. We got Salikov on this card. We got some guys on this card that's like, do they still got it? I think Salikov does still have it, man. He's on a sleeper 3-fight win streak, just beating his best opponent, Carlos Leal, as a massive underdog. Where was that? In Abu Dhabi. I think it was in Abu Dhabi or something. Slept him brutally with a big overhand right. Big shot by Muslim Salikov in the first round. Before that, slept Song Kanon with the spinning back heel kick. Nasty stuff from Salikov. He's really nasty. Even at this age, the dexterity is insane. The power is crazy. And I think he's going to sleep Uros Medic in the first round. Medic got dropped by Gilbert fucking Urbina. He got dropped by Gilbert Urbina before knocking him out. If you get dropped by Salikov, you're going out. You are going out. He's got the power. Muslim Salikov is low-key. He's low-key like, oh my goodness, what's his name? What's his name at middle? At light heavyweight. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. Mirzakhanov. He's like, that took me a while, man. He's low-key like Mirzakhanov. He is like a welterweight Mirzakhanov. I think Muslim Salikov is going to beat Uros Medic. Medic is good. He's fast, got fast hands. The problem is he leaves his chin in the air. He gets caught a lot. Usually before knocking out his opponents, he gets dropped. If you get dropped by Salikov, you're going to go out. You're going to go out. He's going to finish you. He is going to finish you. He's got back-to-back flatline KOs now. I think he's going to finish Uros Medic in the first round as Uros is rushing in like he always does, looking for a finish. He gets caught. He got caught by Punali Soriano. He's been caught by other guys before, man. He got finished by Orobai by sub. I don't see Salikov grappling, but I think Salikov's going to catch him. I think he's going to catch him on the end of his punch, man. Uros is going to be coming in. I think Salikov could land that right hook like he did against Leal in his last fight. He could land a left hook. He could throw up a spinning heel kick, man. We'll see. But I'm going to go Muslim Salikov to get this one done. Unk still got it. We're going to see an Unk still got it move here, and we're going to see him get a knockout in round 1. I'm calling it. Give me Muslim Salikov as the underdog. Round 1 KO, man. 40 years old. Let's get it. He's my quick pick. We move on. The co-main event. Absolutely trash co-main event. Absolutely terrible. A slop of a co-main. I would rather have Muslim Salikov versus Medic as the co-main. I would rather have Jacqueline Cavalcante. Okay, no, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. But Matt Schnell versus Joseph Morales. I'll stop shitting on this fight. Morales just won tough. He just won. What card was that on? I think 319. He won as a big underdog against the Tajikistan guy or the Uzbekistan guy. One of those type of guys, man. And he subbed him in the second round with a triangle. Really, really nice move by Joseph Morales. Was beating him up in that fight too and was winning the whole fight. But he's fighting Matt Schnell. well known. Matt Schnell, well known, former ranked flyweight. He's been up and down in his career, been finished, I think, the most in flyweight. He's been finished the most in flyweight, so it's really tough to look at Matt Schnell and not remember the amount of times this guy's been slept. But this is going to be an interesting fight. It's going to be a scrap, and Joseph Morales this is a big step up. As much as people don't want to admit it, this is a step up. I think Matt Schnell is still pretty good. He showed it against Jimmy Flick. He showed it against Suma Dwarji. He can still beat these guys that are on the come up. He's still gatekeeping flyweight, all right? He is still gatekeeping flyweight. He's a cockroach. Matt Schnell is a cockroach, okay? And he can cockroach his way through most things when his opponents don't have power. And I don't think Joseph Morales has power. This is either going to age terribly, or it's going to age like milk, or it's going to age like a fine wine. All right, boys? So just follow me with this. Matt Schnell, he beats the bottom barrel of the bottom feeders, if that makes any sense. He beats guys like Joseph Morales, man. He beats Jimmy Flick. He beats Suma Dwarji, all right? He beats Tyson Nam. He beats these guys that aren't there yet. And he may not be ranked anymore, but he still beats these guys that are up and coming in flyweight, especially the ones that don't have power. He was able to submit Suma Dwarji after going through and fighting through a lot of adversity. I know Matt Schnell's older and he's taking some more damage now, but he showed he still got against Jimmy Flick. He was able to out-grapple Jimmy Flick, reverse positions. He pulled off so many submission attempts on Jimmy Flick, which really impressed me. Matt Schnell's got so many submissions that he can pull off. He had the guillotine. He had the rear naked choke. I think at one point he had an arm triangle. So many different he had a leg triangle at one point. So many different things. So many different things Matt Schnell can pull off of his back or when he's on your back. Like his submissions are good. Matt Schnell has good submissions and he has good boxing. So this is close. And I like the fact that Matt Schnell's the taller fighter here. The taller fighter with the longer reach. Even though he's taking a lot more damage, I'm going to trust Matt Schnell's his experience. It's insane to try to do that, but I'm going to trust Matt Schnell's experience. This is too much too soon for Joseph Morales. He had a great showing against that Alibi Idris guy from Uzbekistan, but neither of them are UFC caliber yet. They haven't proved themselves in the UFC. Joseph Morales hasn't fought a UFC level guy. All right? And Matt Schnell is still UFC level. He was just ranked. I still think Matt Schnell can get this done, especially against a guy that doesn't have knockout power. He doesn't have notorious knockout power. Joseph Morales is known for his triangles, his leg triangles, his arm triangles. And Matt Schnell, when he gets subbed, the most of the time he gets subbed is by rear naked choke, or not by rear naked chokes, by front chokes. Guillotines, Darce chokes, Anaconda chokes. Cody Durden got him with a Darce choke, I believe it was. Oh no, it was a guillotine, I'm pretty sure. But Matt Schnell really doesn't do well with the front chokes, but that's not Joseph Morales' game. Morales is good when you're on top of him and he throws up a triangle. Matt Schnell is good at defending triangles. He's good at defending arm bars. All those kind of things that Joseph Morales loves to do, Matt Schnell can defend, and he's fighting the smaller guy. I think Matt Schnell's going to be able to outbox him. I think in the grappling, he's going to reverse positions if he ends up on bottom. He'll be on top. He'll throw up a triangle. He'll throw up things. He'll make it scrappy. He's going to be back and forth. And I think we're going to see a similar situation to the Jimmy Flick Matt Schnell fight. But I think Matt Schnell is going to do well. And I think he's going to get it done by decision. So give me Matt Schnell by decision as a big underdog. This is either going to be great or terrible. I'm picking 3 underdogs in a row. We'll see how it ages, boys. But I'm going to go Matt Schnell. I'm tweaking out with this one. I'm going to go Matt Schnell. I got to stop. So give me Matt Schnell by decision as the quick pick. I think he'll get it done. I think he will get it done. Very difficult to trust Schnell, but give me Schnell by decision. We move on to the main event. I mean, this is cinema. Cinema main event, right, guys? Cinema. Absolute cinema main event right here. Gabriel Bonfim versus Randy Brown. I swear it wasn't even a year ago that we saw Gabriel Bonfim on the early prelims of a Apex card. Now he's in the main event. This makes no sense. And Randy Brown, I mean, the dude's been around for a while. He deserves this crack, but he doesn't deserve to be in a main event. It doesn't make sense. This is a really tough fight to predict. I mean, this is going to go one of two ways. Either we're going to see Gabriel Bonfim get a takedown immediately, find the neck of Randy Brown, maybe choke him out, or just grapple him up for 15, 25 minutes. Who knows? He'll find maybe a late sub. Or we're going to see Randy Brown stuff the takedowns, reverse positions, and just outbox and outpiece the shit out of Gabriel Bonfim. I'm really worried for this one. I do think Randy Brown is good, but I think this is too late for a step up at the top 15. Even though Gabriel Bonfim isn't really that high level, he was still able to out-grapple Stephen Thompson. He was still able to do decent in the striking, even though I think it was a robbery. Gabriel Bonfim does have good grappling. He does have good takedowns. His submission game is high level. He's been knocked out before. In Brazil, he got knocked out by a guy that Randy Brown just slept. Just slept. But I think Randy Brown is going to struggle with the takedowns. He's tall, he's lengthy, he's easy to be taken down. His takedown defense isn't very good. He got clinched by Brian Battle for 15 minutes, and I think Bonfim can do much of the same, but he'll actually get a takedown. He'll actually look for the neck, and he can wrap up submissions very fast. Darce chokes, anaconda chokes, rear naked chokes, guillotines. His guillotine's really nasty. I can see Gabriel Bonfim pulling off a submission here. So I'm going to lean Gabriel Bonfim to win this fight by submission. I'm going to say he wins a third round submission over Randy Brown after a little bit of back and forth. I expect Bonfim to get a takedown early or clinch very early, not even acknowledge the striking. But I mean, if honestly, this does sometimes play into it. If we do see Ismael Bonfim get knocked out or get submitted, like I think he will, Gabriel Bonfim could act a little different. Oh, oopsie. I'm going to go Gabriel Bonfim as the quick pick, though, and I'm going to say he gets a finish. I'm going to say he gets a submission win over Randy Brown, who's been subbed before. He got subbed by JDM. Bloody fucking JDM, man. That's JDM. That's the champ, though. That's the champ. But I do think Gabriel Bonfim is very underrated with the submissions. Once he fights some very high-level strikers, once he gets up in the top 10, I think he will get chinned. I mean, Carlos Prates would do bad things to Bonfim. I mean, you got guys, Jeff Neal, I think, would even rip body shots to Bonfim, really fuck him up. So I think once Bonfim gets up there, he's going to struggle really bad. But Randy Brown, I just don't think he has that finishing ability to be able to put Bonfim out with one shot and really put his lights out. Where Bonfim, I can just see him getting his game off in the smaller cage too, getting the takedowns much easier, finding the neck. I'm going to go Bonfim by sub, man. I'm going to say he gets it done in the third round. We'll see. Bonfim will be my quick pick, though, by submission. Those are all my picks for UFC Fight Night Bonfim versus Brown. Low-level card. I'm disappointed, Dana White. I'm disappointed, but we'll see. It could still be a good card this last Apex, this last past weekend. Steve Garcia versus David Onama. That card was surprisingly good. Lots of submissions, couple knockouts in the co-main and the main. It was a good fight card. So we will see. It could be better than we think and better than it is on paper, but those are all my quick picks, all my quick predictions. If you boys did enjoy the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop down in the comments who you guys are picking in the main event, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See you.